Tsvangirai had been in and out of clinic with disclosure in June 2016 how he had colon carcinoma. He refundable to Johannesburg for else circle of treat in previous January. Tsvangirai was the vet lead of the motion for more democratic changing, and one of the largest visible critics of the ex-Zimbabwe athlete Robert Mugabe and his governing ZANU-PF side. His die much increases the force of ZANU-PF front of elections after the year. Emmerson Mnangagwa, who took above as CEO and ZANU-PF lead following Mugabe's retire recent November, will be the hard favorite to win the voice. The African Domestic Convention in Zimbabwe's southern neighbor, Southward Africa, shipped its sympathies. Same ANC expresses its condolences to the household of Morgan Tsvangirai and all supporters of the MDC, it told. A miner and a soldier, Tsvangirai was unborn, the eldest of niner family in a work-class household, and was a miner for lot year. He united ZANU-PF in 1980 following Zimbabwe's autonomy and rose rapidly via the ranks. In 1989 he became Registrar General of the Zimbabwe Convention of Trading Unions, growing as opposition lead in 1997 and shaping the MDC 2 years after. The MDC adopted the character of the outdoor hand to courier opposition to the close colloque of Mugabe's side. Frequently, its members drill the main burden of the cruelty of ZANU-PF and the by the government-controlled police force strength and troop. In 2007, the planet was stunned to see pictures of Tsvangirai's injuries following he was beaten by police force for take portion in a prey meat how authorities told was illicit. Above the year, he was detained often and charged of betrayal and drawing to kill the CEO, amongst some extortion, but was never condemned. He extended to be as the chief of his side and to stay versus Mugabe in different president and parliament elections. Tsvangirai was the major contender to Mugabe in 2008 elections, and controlled to win 47% of the voice versus ZANU-PF's 43% in the at first circle, send the voice to a effluent. But Tsvangirai stretched out of the other circle, declaration he could no much longer take part in a racing house been spoiled by the common bullying, torment, injury and assassination of his followers. Force-sharing transactions. The two long rivals signed a force-sharing transactions how permitted Mugabe to stay CEO and done Tsvangirai the main secretary in a oneness by the government of 2009 to 2013. But fair days following creature sworn in, Tsvangirai and his woman, Susan, were implicated in a terrible car crash. Tsvangirai walked off of collapse, but Susan was annihilated. Tsvangirai disputed Mugabe once again in the 2013 poll but lose. He estimated common scam but withdrew a legislative problem to coup the result. In the year to go, Tsvangirai would expend less than period in the searchlight, and his vision of a peace and more democratic transfer of force of Mugabe was never carried out. His arch-foe was ultimately remote of force by his own side recent year, but for Tsvangirai, whose public health was decreasing, it was already too deceased.